Ultimately, semen retention is a quest to truly understand consciousness. Now, the first thing we need to break down is what is consciousness, because it's a word that is always thrown around. So, to make it simple, consciousness is just awareness, right? What you are conscious of, you are aware of. But before I get into it, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. So, why is semen retention? I would say the ultimate path to understanding your consciousness is because it makes you truly aware of yourself, and it works in stages. Stage one is understanding your body. When you don't have these, ejaculatory orgasms all of the time, you start to become hyper aware of how you're feeling. First, down there, right, you'll find that it's not as active, right, at certain points. People call this the flatline, but this typically is when the awareness, right, starts to go up to other parts of your body. And as you get more aware of your body, you start to get more aware of how you are feeling in your body and the emotions that start to come up. This is why, if you don't know how to transmute this energy correctly, things like anger, frustration, they typically will come to the surface. But those emotions typically are actually hiding pain that's inside the body. But as men, a lot of the time, we're just trained to just lash out, right? Because we're not allowed to cry, we're not allowed to do all of these things. So then what starts to happen is we start getting aware of this pain because we're no longer dulling it. So then we start to get angry. But as we keep retaining, if we're doing this job properly, like we're really focusing on being the best versions of ourselves and becoming more godly, whether it's in our religion or whatever our spiritual beliefs are, we start to look behind the surface. We start to become aware of how we're feeling, the things that we're doing that's making these emotions happen as well. It could be that we're not working out, we're not working enough, we're feeling guilt, shame because of things that we should or should not have been doing, right? So you start to become more aware of this. Now, this awareness, to break it down to practicality, is you're really just becoming aware of your autonomic nervous system, right? So these are the sort of things that happen below the surface, right? In your subconscious mind, which is the birthplace of your emotions. Now, as you start getting more aware of these emotions, right, which will take, I would say it's when you get to like the 30 to like 90 days, this is when the emotions really start to become prominent, right? You are able to then sense what's also happening around you. Your emotional intelligence starts to improve as well because you are regulating your emotions. And this is scientific because when you look at your ANS system, right, what it does, it's not your direct system to move your body. It is the modulator. So you could be doing the same thing but getting a completely different result because of your ANS system, because the way that you're speaking, there'll be more power in your tone, but there's at the same time it would be a calm confidence rather than you trying to put it on. These are subtle things, right, that people are aware of or conscious of. So as you start to raise that, you're also able to read people better. And people that have done this journey for a long time, you will know you get a lot better at reading people. And I truly believe sometimes this is what the attraction is. Sometimes the people have been looking at you, right? But you was not conscious of that. So what starts to happen is you become more aware of the energy in the room. You start to get more aware of people looking at you. And then when you go past that level, right, you start to become more aware of the subtle energies that are around you. People can call it vibes, right? Or spiritual topics. You'll start to sense, right, the vibration of how people are moving and certain issues that are happening, in the news or in society as a whole. And this is not even like you're going out to seek it, because I wouldn't suggest you watching the news, right? It's just going to fill your mind with things you don't want. But the right information will start to almost be attracted to you, right? As you become more aware of higher and higher things. So retention in and of itself is a quest to raise your level of consciousness. Now, I do want to talk about like the timelines, because a lot of times people say, yeah, there are no real benefits after like 30 days of retention. These people that are saying that are not truly tapping into consciousness at its highest level. They're just talking about physical benefits. But the real benefits of retention, really, if you want to take this to the level where you're able to manifest whatever you want quickly and start to have more power in your life, you're looking at 90 days. And God forbid I say a year, but it does take a year for your solar body, which is masculine, by the way, to be renewed. It takes 12 months, right, for that to happen. So when you're on this journey, remember, it's a lifestyle. Yes, focus on your streaks if you need that at the beginning, right? But when you truly start to become aware of like the higher things, it's just a lifestyle, right? It's something that you're going to take through with you. You will have moments when you're up, you'll have moments when you're down. Things will be exposed to you to what makes you also release, right? Myself, the last thing that was, I would release would be for the woman that I loved, right? Or that I love, right? There's someone I will always love. And that was what took me away from this practice for a while. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't in porn or anything, but when I was sleeping with her, a lot of times I would be like, yeah, I'm gonna give this energy to her, right? Because my level of awareness, my level of consciousness, right, was at that state. Whereas now I understand that even if it's love, right, because I am love, right, that's the awareness piece, right? I'm storing the love within me. I no longer need to physically release that because I am love itself. I'm no longer seeking it externally. And these are the sort of lessons that will come to you on retention. You'll become aware or conscious of your traumas, not just for yourself, but also from your ancestors, certain habits, routines, ideas, thoughts. You start to become so aware of what's going on around you, so conscious, right? And then when you are aware and you're able to sit in that awareness, you're then able to direct the energy and to manipulate the thoughts, the feelings that are coming to focus you on your goal and your dream. So I do hope that this has been helpful and this has been practical, right? Because retention, I'll say it again, is the ultimate quest to understand consciousness itself. But last but not least, guys, always remember that you're perfect by design, and join my free WhatsApp group as well, where we talk about a lot of these topics in depth, and we have a men's circle every Sunday as well. Peace out.